The Stolen Breath by L.G. Davis. Narrated by Chris Ducart. Chapter 1. Well into my 20s, I suffered from excruciating period symptoms. That's why I was of the impression that I'd be able to handle the pain of childbirth. Wrong. Warm water slides down my body as invisible hands reach into my belly. They wring my intestines until I grip my teeth so hard my jaw aches. My hands tighten around my middle, and I fold forward to try and minimize the torture. But the pain only gets worse, tormenting my entire body. Tears drip from my eyes, washing down the drain with the soapy shower water and the liquid that gushed out of me only a few seconds ago. Another ball of pain rolls through me and crashes in the center of my stomach. This one brings me to my knees. My worst nightmare is about to come true. Some pregnant women dread having their water break in public places. I wouldn't have minded that at all, since there would be many people around to offer their assistance. Someone would call 911. Since the day I found out I was pregnant, I've been terrified of being trapped in a place where no one could reach me, like an elevator, and having to give birth alone. Now here I am, alone and terrified. It's 10:00 p.m. and my husband, Andrew, has gone out to get me my favorite mint ice cream, minutes after I mentioned that I was craving it. I told him not to go, that I could wait till morning, but he insisted. Apparently, according to him, the mother of his child should have everything she needs whenever she needs it. He kissed me on the forehead and left the house without bothering to change out of his pajamas. I inhale deeply and exhale slowly, rubbing my slick and swollen stomach with my palm. It's fine. Everything will be all right. Barry's scoop is only a 10-minute drive from our house. He'll be back soon to drive me to the hospital. If I could, I'd call for help myself, but I'm too weak and pain-ridden to even crawl out of the shower. The contractions start again, pain searing through my body. Gritting my teeth is no longer enough. I'm screaming now. I blame myself. I shouldn't have told Andrew that I craved ice cream. Deep down, I knew he would go and get it for me. What if he doesn't make it back in time? What if I end up having to give birth to my child on my own and something goes wrong? I almost cry with relief when the contractions subside, as though a switch has been flicked to give me a chance to breathe. I know it's only a matter of time before the pain returns, so I crawl out of the shower and manage to make it to the bedroom, leaving a trail of liquid behind me. My phone is on my nightstand. My fingers tremble as I reach for it and dial Andrew's number. He doesn't pick up. I try again, same result. I can feel it again, the pain warming my lower back, a silent warning that I should prepare myself for the next storm. The next person I call is Anita Stark. I've been in Sarton, California for 7 years now, and she's the only person I can call my friend. She also happens to be our neighbor. Anita doesn't know much about the events that drove me from Oakney to Sarton, and she never pushes me to speak about things that are uncomfortable for me. Even though she doesn't know everything about me, our friendship works. She doesn't pick up either. Maybe she's already in bed. Before another cramp strikes, I dial 911. "Help me," I croak when my call is answered. "I'm in labor." The soft-spoken woman on the other end of the line tries to calm me down, asking me endless questions. The only answer I give her is my address. I don't have enough strength in me to say more. I drop the phone to the floor and hug my cold, wet body tight, as if this way I can prevent the pain from breaking me. The woman on the phone continues to speak, but her voice is faint. I know what she's doing. She's promising me that the paramedics will be here soon. She's trying to comfort me. I am beyond comforting at this point. Since Andrew is closer to the house and it's been at least half an hour since he left, I expect him to arrive before the paramedics. It doesn't happen that way. When ambulance sirens break the silence, I'm relieved, but also terrified that my husband will not be able to experience the birth of our child. The way I feel, I'm not even sure I'll make it to the hospital before the baby arrives. The doorbell rings downstairs, but I can't move, not yet. Not before the pain releases me from its clutches. Finally, I drag myself to my feet, grabbing a bathrobe on the way out the bedroom door. I don't even know why I need to cover myself up. In a few minutes, strangers will see me naked. I make it down the stairs, one step at a time, one breath at a time, praying that the pain will not strike again before I reach the last step. My prayer is answered. I'm panting and sweating when I open the front door. That's when another wave washes over me worse than the one before. But this time I fall into the arms of the paramedics. I'm safe. My baby is safe. They carry me into the ambulance, and a woman paramedic whispers that everything will be all right. I don't believe her. I feel like I'm dying. I don't even care anymore that Andrew's not here. I want it to be over. I want the baby to come so the pain can leave my body. After what feels like forever, we arrive at the Sacred Heart General Hospital, and I'm brought into a sterile room with bright lights. By the time I'm lowered onto a small bed, the pain has fled. If it weren't for the traces it has left behind, it would feel as if nothing had happened. The nurse confirms that my water is broken and I'm in labor. How long do you think it'll be before the baby comes? I ask in a shaky voice. It's different for every woman. She gives me a warm, dimpled smile. It shouldn't be too long now. I need my phone. I swallow hard. My husband wants to be here. Of course, darling. Where's your phone? I'll get it for you. In my bathrobe. As soon as I had arrived at the hospital, off came the bathrobe and on went the starched hospital gown. The nurse nods. Give me a second. She goes to a small wardrobe on one side of the room and opens it. When she reaches into the pocket of my bathrobe, I realize that I should have asked the paramedics to bring my hospital bag. It's been packed for weeks now and is waiting in the entryway. I'll have to tell Andrew to bring it. Here you go, honey. The nurse hands me the phone. Thank you. I release a stream of air through my teeth. My body is starting to feel warm again. The pain is coming back. While the nurse tries to make me as comfortable as possible on the bed, I call Andrew again. This time the call goes straight to voicemail. Panic rushes through me. What if he doesn't make it? There was nothing he wanted more than to see his daughter coming into the world. We have been dreaming of this day from the moment I told him I was pregnant. After trying a few more times, I realized that his phone might be off, which is odd, because Andrew never turns his phone off, even when he's in meetings at the Ivy Hotel and Restaurant where we both work. He prefers to put it on silent instead. He's also obsessed with making sure his phone is charged at all times. Something is wrong. I feel it as strongly as the pain swirling in my belly. Are you all right? The nurse asks, rushing to my bedside. You look pale there. No. I shake my head. Yes, it's just that I can't reach my husband. Oh, don't worry about that, honey. I can keep calling him for you. Is there anyone else you can call? I nod and call Anita again. If Andrew can't be here, having Anita with me is the next best thing. Anita's phone still goes unanswered. That's it. There's no time to worry about reaching Andrew or Anita anymore. I have a baby to bring into the world. The contractions are closer to each other now and more intense. 3 hours after I arrive at the hospital, my beautiful baby is born. She has tiny hands, flushed cheeks, and big brown eyes that match Andrew's. She also chose to have my curly honey-colored hair. Even though it's one of the happiest days of my life, I'm crying because Andrew missed it. Moments like these can never be relived. But I still can't wait to introduce him to our daughter. The first person to arrive in the morning is Anita. She apologizes for missing my calls. I'm sorry, Delia, that I didn't come sooner. I wasn't feeling well, so I went to bed early. The phone was on silent. Her eyes are damp as she kisses my forehead. I only saw your calls when I got up to go to the bathroom. Hey, it's fine, you're here now. I bite my lower lip. Did you by any chance notice if Andrew was home? I can't reach him. What do you mean? Is he not here? She glances behind her as if she's expecting Andrew to walk through the door. No. I grab her hand, my fingers tightening around hers. Something is wrong. Before I went into labor, he drove to Barry's Scoop for ice cream. He didn't return home, and I can't reach him. I'm thinking of calling the police. Anita places a hand on mine. It feels cold at the touch. Maybe he decided to go someplace else. Maybe Barry's was closed. Even though she's trying to prevent me from worrying, she sounds like she's worried herself. I've known her long enough to recognize that her voice deepens slightly when she's worried. It's been hours, Anita. Also, his phone is off. He never switches off his phone. Anita is silent for a moment. She's trying to think of the right thing to say, but I don't know how she can convince me that Andrew's all right. Look, she says finally, why don't you enjoy your baby? I'll try and call him again. She kisses the top of my baby's head and walks out of the room, dialing and bringing her phone to her ear. When she returns to the room, her face is pale. I bring a hand to my mouth as fear unfurls inside me. Tears smother my words. That's it.